I'm Ollie Wilson for GPFans. We have touched down in the Principality of Monaco, and there is a hometown hero that is running the show through FP1 and FP2. Charles Leclerc dominating the timing charts in the early sessions this weekend. Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes are taking a step backwards, and not just with jewellery gate, but on track as well, it seems, as the German constructor has started slowly in the first two sessions of the weekend. And there's plenty more news to get into, so sit back, relax, and here's all the off and on track action from Formula One this Friday. Charles Leclerc has beaten away the idea that his title fight with Max Verstappen, along with his torrid record at his home race in Monaco, is weighing on his shoulders going into this weekend. The Ferrari driver gave up the Drivers' Championship lead last week in Spain after retiring from the race with a power unit fault, with Verstappen taking the top step of the podium and the championship lead for the first time this season. Meanwhile, Leclerc hasn't finished a race at his home Grand Prix in the Principality since pre-2007, including last year, where a crash at the end of Saturday qualifying caused a gearbox issue that prevented the pole sitter making the grid for Sunday's race. But despite not having the best of luck at his home Grand Prix, Leclerc wasn't worried about any of the pressure heading into this year's event. "I don't think about it," said the Ferrari driver. "It's life, it happens, it is part of motorsport, and sometimes things just don't go your way. Hopefully this year it will, but I will just take the same approach as I have done in the first few races of 2022, because it has been successful until now, and hopefully it will be successful here at home." Elsewhere, Lewis Hamilton believes the FIA's cooperation with drivers on the ongoing jewellery saga in Formula One has been positive, despite the British driver's patience over the issue wearing a little thin. The FIA has begun enforcing the pre-existing regulations around jewellery and underwear this year, causing a commotion when it came to certain piercings that require minor surgery for Hamilton to remove. After a few weeks of battling over the issue, a deadline of this weekend's Grand Prix was set for drivers to comply with the regulations, with no jewellery to be worn aside from the exception of wedding rings. However, after talks this week, the deadline has now been pushed back again, with potential tweaking of the regulations on the cards as well. Hamilton feels like too much time and energy is going into this issue, saying, "It is positive we are working with them, the FIA and Formula One, and they are accommodating a little bit at the moment, but we shouldn't have to keep on revisiting this thing every weekend. We have definitely got bigger fish to fry." And two quick ones to finish off the news today, as McLaren are adding the Senna Foundation logo to the halo ring of their car as the team look to keep the legendary driver's name in the sport. Williams have been carrying the brand of the foundation, named after the iconic Ayrton Senna, who passed away, of course, after an incident at Imola in 1994. But with Williams looking forward to the future this year, the decal was removed. McLaren, another former team of the driver, have instead picked up the torch and affixed the branding to their halo, with Zak Brown saying, "Ayrton Senna is and always will be a McLaren legend. We feel it is right that we, as McLaren, should recognise his contribution to our sport by carrying his name with us wherever we go." And Sergio Perez has been told that he is allowed to fight for race wins and the Drivers' World Championship with teammate at Red Bull Max Verstappen, after the Mexican driver felt frustrated with the team orders that hindered him in Spain last weekend. Perez was forced to hand back track position to the Dutch driver and was told he would receive the place back later on. When this didn't happen, Perez commented that he wanted to speak with Red Bull after the race last Sunday about his position within the team. "There is a great atmosphere at Red Bull," said Perez. "We have great momentum, so it was a great team result in Spain, and they made it clear that I have the full support of the team to see me winning." As for on track this weekend, FP1 and FP2 are in the books this Friday from Monaco, and Mercedes, it seems, are taking a step backwards, with Toto Wolff calling their W13 undrivable after the first session. Both George Russell and Lewis Hamilton were complaining of bouncing as they finished FP1 8th and 10th respectively. On the other hand, homeboy Charles Leclerc topped the timing charts in the first session on Friday, with Sergio Perez second, 0.039 seconds off the pace, and Carlos Sainz 0.070 seconds off the leader in third. In Friday's second session, Danny Ricciardo had an error through the swimming pool complex early on, losing the back end and colliding with the barriers, producing red flags after just 15 minutes. The remainder of that session, however, was dominated by Ferrari, as Charles Leclerc once more went fastest in the session, with Carlos Sainz just 0.044 seconds adrift of his Scuderia teammate, and Sergio Perez once more outperforming Max Verstappen in his Red Bull to go third, but nearly 4/10 off the Ferrari duo. Lewis Hamilton's woes continued. He was outperformed by teammate George Russell, and the 7-time world champion could only muster 12th on the timing charts. Not a good start to Monaco for Mercedes then this weekend. Have Ferrari got the weekend locked up already from what we've seen on Friday? Let us know in the comments section below. Do we need more from Jewelry Gate as well in Formula 1, or should we just be focusing on all the on-track action? And of course, you can follow all of that action at gpfans.com and GPFans Global across our social media platforms.